While Bitcoin is still trading in this major falling wedge pattern, we are about to have one of the biggest weeks for crypto, which is for sure going to determine whether the Federal Reserve is going to cut their rates or isn't. So on today's update video, of course, I will discuss the most important charts on Bitcoin. I want to talk exactly about how seasonality on Bitcoin is yet again repeating and how, according to history, we should be having about 6 weeks left in this Bitcoin bull market cycle. And if we're just purely looking at where the liquidity is currently laying, how the market structure is yet again repeating, this is actually one of the best opportunities we currently still have in this market. So I will be discussing this, my trades obviously, my criteria where I want to be saying, okay, this is the beginning of the Bitcoin bear market. Also, of course, I will discuss the major shorts that are getting loaded up on Ethereum, and of course the big liquidity that's being built up. So guys, a lot to discuss on today's update video. So don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1000 likes will be highly appreciated. And let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So indeed, it is currently Sunday. It is indeed weekend. So we're creating another CME gap, this time around $108,000. And of course, like you know, we still also have one trading above us around 116.9K. And I do think that eventually the CME gap is going to get filled up here within a matter of days/weeks here. Because if we look back at all the previous CME gaps from the last 40 to 50 weeks here, they all got filled up within a matter of 2 weeks here. So let's see how it's going to be playing out this time around, but it is likely that this similar event is going to be once again happening. And of course, Bitcoin is still trading in this falling wedge pattern where we're creating a downward sloping level of support where we actually bouncing from every single time here. And of course, you can see this downward sloping resistance line from the top side where we got rejected from multiple times as well here. So Bitcoin is getting squeezed up right now here in this falling wedge pattern. And whenever we're going to be breaking outside of it, we're going to be seeing a big continuation higher. I mean, honestly, a falling wedge pattern is a typical bullish bias reversal pattern. So I am also quite convinced that we are still going to see this reversal, even though we're trading right now in a major downtrend. But this pattern I've just seen so many times here, and it is just going to be very likely it's once again going to break towards the upside. So that is why I'm currently still holding my trades open, despite the fact, like you can see, I'm in some of the trades in a slight little loss right here. But of course, if we are going to be breaking below the support line of this falling wedge pattern, then I want to be exiting my trades here. But as long as that is not happening, I will remain to be holding them open. And right now, if I'm also just purely going to confirm and compare the Bitcoin performance compared to the previous cycle lows here from 2015 to 2018, from 2018 to 2022, and from 2022 onwards, you can see that if you lay these charts on top of each other, you can just see exactly the same is once again playing out here. Like, we are seeing this last correction before we're going to go towards that final leg towards the upside, where we're going to be most likely top out here. Because if I'm also just purely look at the timings, if I go to the weekly time frame and of course open up the Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator, you can see, yes, we have about 1.5 months, aka 6 weeks left here. Then according to history, the top should be in here. And of course, it's most likely not going to be exactly the same here. I mean, you can see in 2017, it was also a little bit earlier, but this is something I would definitely pay very much attention towards right now. So that is of course something I want to be doing. And yes, also this week is going to be absolutely massive for crypto because we're going to get major data releases this week here. With on Monday, the Labor Day holiday, so the market is going to be closed here first of all. So don't expect a lot of volatility on the market tomorrow. Then on Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to get very important data. And I think that this week, Thursday and Friday are going to be the most important ones because Thursday we got the initial jobless claims here. So how big the unemployment is here. And on Friday, we're going to get the unemployment rate here. So that is, of course, 2 very, very important days here, which is for sure going to determine the direction of the Federal Reserve here, whether they're going to go and cut interest rates more aggressively or whether they're going to go and take it a little bit slower. So if these numbers, let's say there's more unemployment, is more jobless claims here, guys, then we're most certainly potentially going to see that rate cut and even 50 basis points of rate cuts. And that will cause, of course, the market to pump even further higher. So this is going to be very important data. Now the consensus is still that we're going to get at least a 25% basis points rate cut. So yeah, we're going to be paying much attention towards this news here. And of course, if you follow me on Twitter, you will also stay up to date exactly what is playing out whenever this data is going to get released here. And make sure to do so. And of course, subscribe to the channel because maybe I will be dropping an emergency update video if something very important will be happening here. And guys, with my trades here, I am currently still in a $10 million long on Bitcoin. My Ethereum trade is still in more than $600,000 in profit, which is of course still doing very good here. And yeah, Ethereum remains to just be very strong here. And like I said many times before as well, I just purely think that Ethereum is going to go all the way up to about $6,500, where I will be making $2 million from this trade here. So I still have the target set up here. That is where I will be starting to take very aggressive profits. But from now on, I am not looking to take any profits yet so far here. And guys, if you, like me, take very big trades here, the best place to do so definitely is in the first link in today's video description. Because if you sign up an account using this first link in today's video description, guys, you will get not only a 25% fee rebate, which makes this the cheapest exchange to operate on. So if you're using big numbers like I am also doing, this is literally the cheapest exchange to trade on. So yeah, it's a no-brainer to trade on WeX. Besides that, it's super safe. And on top of that, you can get insane $30,000 deposit bonuses and a free $100 upon registration if you're going to confirm your email and phone number. So guys, make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. It's just a very, very good exchange, which I can definitely recommend to everyone out there. And of course, like I discussed, the structure is definitely looking quite good here. And if I'm looking at the Bitcoin liquidity heat map, you can see there's almost no liquidity laying below us, but all the liquidity is laying above us, especially around that $120,000 level. So that is ultimately where I think Bitcoin is going to be moving towards. And what I want to be saying here for this criteria on the bull market, I will only call it a bear market whenever Bitcoin is going to be breaking below the 50 weekly moving average. And I mean, if you're going to be looking back at the previous bull markets, you can see whenever we broke below it, it started the bear market. Whenever we broke above it, it started the bull market, obviously. And you can see it also in 2017 happening. Whenever we broke below this level, it marked the beginning of the bear market. And of course, this was also the case in 2022. And yes, this will most certainly once again be the case in 2025/2026 here. So this is definitely something I want to be looking at. And you can see that multiple times already Bitcoin bounced from off this level. So ultimately, I think big support is laying around $95,000. But yeah, I will be looking closely towards this level. If we break below it, I am definitely going to be shifting my bias. Then looking at Ethereum, we're seeing major Ethereum short positions getting settled up here. And yeah, I've discussed it already. I mean, the liquidity on Ethereum is very both-sided. I mean, there's first of all a lot of liquidity, like $3 billion worth of Bitcoin Ethereum short liquidations laying above us. But there's also some laying below us. So there's liquidity being built up on both sides here. So that makes it for me very hard to say whether Ethereum is for sure going to go up or down here. But one thing is for sure, Ethereum remains to be very strong here. Also, we are trading in a very similar pattern. We're trading in this falling wedge pattern. And yeah, I just think Ethereum is also looking very good here. Ultimately, Bitcoin is looking very good as well here. So yeah, we're creating a falling wedge just like on Bitcoin, also on Ethereum. And it's just going to be a matter of time before we're going to be breaking out. And you can see also here on this chart from the returns, August has been, I mean, it's going to, of course, end today here, has been a red month for Bitcoin. Well, historically in the 4-year cycle, this is a strong month for Bitcoin. But historically also, September is a bad month for Bitcoin. But this is maybe right now going to be the other way around here. So this is interesting to be looking at. I wouldn't necessarily say September is going to be a bad month for Bitcoin, but usually the volume is returning yet again in September. So let's see how it's going to be playing out here. But for sure, it's going to be an interesting month here for the Bitcoin price action. So that was it for me in today's update video, guys. One thing I still want to be mentioning is, of course, don't forget to join the private Telegram group here, which you can find in the second link in today's video description. This is where we share trading setups and much more here. But anyways, guys, This was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap up the like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.